Good afternoon. Welcome back to Mona's Take. I am your host, Mona Rose, and we are here to talk about everything reality TV. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything I have coming up. I want to give a shout out to all you guys and girls. Y'all have been over the top, really pushing my videos this week, and it's starting to show. I'm probably about 600 hours away from being able to get monetized, and you guys have really been helping with that. I'm getting like 100 hours a day watched, which is awesome. I just want you to know I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting me and sending so much love out. All right, Big Brother live feeds, it is going on. They got alcohol last night. Some things developed out of that. We'll talk about the power of veto ceremony, if it was used, if so, who the renoms were. So let's get right into it. People are acting on a whole nother level on that. Can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Okay, we're going to start where we left off. I went to bed about 11 o'clock last night, and I thought, nothing going on. I'm going to go to bed, get some sleep, get up in the morning, catch up. Well, they got alcohol last night, evidently. So I had a lot of catching up to do today, but I got it done, and I enjoy every minute of it. So Jasmine starts as soon as her feet hit the floor yesterday morning. She starts with Daniel. She starts with Taylor. And talking about how great it would be to get money out. And that she knows Daniel's the target. But she really thinks it would be awesome if Taylor was the one that could get Daniel out. That would just be so lit. It's like, when do you start talking to Jasmine about game? I mean, to Taylor about game, ever? She asked how she felt about the whole money situation. Taylor says, well, the upside to keeping Daniel in is, yes, I could get him out myself, and that would be sweet. And then, you guys will find the irony in this comment she made to Taylor. Jasmine just said how she wanted great things for Michael. She hates when people get judged right off the bat and that they're not even given a chance. She said she doesn't like it when people are left out and excluded from things. I'm like, excuse me, but isn't that what you and the girls did to Taylor? That you're saying now Monty needs to go home because he did that to Michael? Give me a break. Like, now she cares about Taylor's feelings. And she just kept saying, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And Taylor said, oh, I'm fully aware of what you mean. And I think at that point it hit Jasmine, who she was talking to. And she says, well, I know you see yourself that way, but we don't see you that way. I've never seen you that way. Bitch, please. Taylor tells her that it's just something that she has to think about and decide what route that she wants to go. And then she'll talk to Michael, that it's not a decision she wants to make on a whim, that she wants to think about what she's doing. And then Jasmine says, oh, well, I'm not campaigning for money to stay up and go, just so you're aware. We're just having girl talk here. I'm just saying, what if? But I don't want you to think I'm campaigning to get money out the door, because that's not the case. She works every angle. And it's Big Brother. She kind of has to, but she's a little bit more obvious than others that she's lying. Then Terrence comes out. Eventually, he's the only one out in the backyard. And he starts talking to the camera. And he says, I'm going to try to add a little something to this plant. Not a lot, just a little. And then he says, man, baby, look at your boy. I'm on the brink of a power move, and I get to save my boy at the same time. He says, I could have took the easy way out, but that's just not my vibe. I've never taken the easy way out. Daniel joins him about that time, and he says, where'd your girl go? He's talking about Taylor. And Terrence said, oh, she went to get dressed. And Terrence said, we have the 5 votes. We have what we need. That's all we need. We just got to sit back and let it happen. And then he says, and they're talking about Taylor. He said, she's on a power trip. And Daniel said, yeah, she woke up pissed off this morning. Daniel says, it's like a relationship. I feel like I've been in a relationship with everyone in this house, even Taylor. You know, the kind of relationship where you're fighting, but the sex is a bomb. Not saying I'm going down that road, but I'm saying I wouldn't be mad if it happens. Again, bitch, please. That actually should be the title of this video, because that's how I'm feeling right now. Daniel tells Terrence that Taylor told him this morning that she knows what it's like to be on the block. So if he needs somebody to talk to, she can come talk to him. And he's like, first of all, I'm not on the block yet. So, you know, she's kind of premature on that comment. He says he's not letting it happen. He's not going on the block. And Terrence said she tries so hard, but what she doesn't realize is, bitch, we don't need you. Again, insert my catchphrase. Lord have mercy. Jasmine and Indy are talking to Brittany and telling her to talk to Michael and let him know no one's going to be mad at him for making this move against Monty. It's what the whole house wants. And then she starts talking about Taylor and how, yeah, it would be so great if Taylor could be the one to take out Daniel after everything he's done to her this season, blah, 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 blah. She should be the one to take him out. So we can take Monty out this week, and she can take Daniel out herself next week, and that would be sweet revenge. Again, God. This was hard catching up, because usually this kind of stuff happens throughout the day, and I can, like, I get so frustrated with it, and I'm like, put it away for a few minutes. But when you got 6 hours to catch up on, you have to watch it all together. I'm like, I am going to be a hot mess by the time this damn video is done. And Jasmine tells Brittany that at some point when the whole house wants something, it's no longer the HOH's HOH. It's the house's HOH. Really? I didn't know there was such a thing as a house HOH. And said it in kind of a threatening way. Like, you don't want people to be mad at you if you don't make this move. Type of thing. And Brittany's filling Michael in about it. And Michael said, well, we could put her up and send her butt home. And she could spend her birthday with her husband. And Brittany said, yeah, we can make that happen. I was thinking, please make that happen. Please make that happen. But no such luck. So the house got a camera to take some pictures. They wanted some video and pictures of the workout that the house has been doing. And so they get the camera and they're taking pictures in the backyard. And Daniel's taking a picture, or Terrence was taking a picture, and he said, wait a minute, we need another old head in this picture. So he hollers at Daniel and he says, come over here and let's take an old school picture. Well, Joseph is laying down tanning and they thought he was asleep. And so Daniel comes over there and he goes, oh yeah, man, I love taking old school pictures. And they just keep on and keep on. So at one point, Joseph yells across the backyard, I believe it was to Indy, and asks if there were any leftovers in the fridge. And so when they watch us back and they see they think they were low-key talking about old school, everybody on the other side of the house knows about old school. It's no secret. The fact that it's not a secret is a secret to y'all, but it's no secret. Terrence tells Turner the plan. And Turner acts so shocked. He said, oh yeah, we got the votes, man. We got it. It's a done deal. The hammer's down. It's a done deal. We got all the votes lined up. Michael's going to take that shot, and the House is going to vote him out. Now, at this point, Michael has not said yes to anyone. He's told every one of them that he had to think about it because he made Monty a promise last week that if he kept him and Brittany safe, he would keep Monty safe this week, which did not happen, but that's the story they're going with. Jasmine is venting to Terrence about Indy. She says it's 6 weeks in and she's getting on my last freaking nerve. In the real world, I wouldn't let anybody talk to me like that sideways. And then she said she just thinks she's from Brazil. What does that mean? I don't know. Don't know what that meant, but that's what she said to Terrence. The next conversation, Terrence is saying that he doesn't think Michael has the guts to make this move. Then he says if Michael doesn't make this move and it's found out, that he's going to be public enemy number one. So, like I said, it was pretty boring. Wasn't a lot going on. And they're told to go to the storage room, and they have alcohol. They have 2 bottles of wine, a red and a white, and I think 6 beers. Now, there's 12 people in there. So, they're all trying to figure out why they got alcohol. It's like, it's nobody's birthday. You know, we got alcohol on Michael's birthday. We got alcohol on Joseph's birthday. But it's nobody's birthday. I don't understand why they're giving us alcohol. Well, let me fill you in from watching 23 seasons of Big Brother. They give you alcohol when you're getting boring and they need some content. And they know that if they give you a little bit of alcohol, you're going to give them some content. So, when you get out of the BB house, if you happen to watch this, just know that you were being boring, so they gave you some alcohol to spice things up. Kyle and Daniel go up to talk to Michael. Same thing, give you safety, until the twist is over. And Brittany says, well, what about when the twist, what about if Thursday night Julie comes on and says the twist is over, then what? He's, well, I'm willing to give you safety for 2 weeks. 2 weeks safety, that's what I can give you. Please. If the cookout doesn't turn on him, they can give him at least, 5 more weeks? Alright, so they start passing out the alcohol. And right off the bat, everybody's upset because Daniel got more than his fair share of the alcohol. He had 2 beers and then came in and got a glass of red wine. Like I said, there were 6 beers, 12 people. Jasmine doesn't drink. I don't think Kyle drinks. I think Terrence may have had 1 beer. Turner had 1 beer. I'm trying to think. I think everybody else partaked a little bit. I don't remember if Brittany did or not. But so right off the bat, they're complaining that Daniel has already gotten more than his fair share of alcohol. So Indy says, well, he's not getting any of the white wine. So she hides the white wine, goes out and tells Taylor, if you want some more wine, you need to come in here and make you a glass and hide it because Daniel's drinking all the alcohol. So Taylor goes in, she gets her other glass of wine, they pour it and they hide it so that nobody can get to it. I'm like, these people, they've been hiding food all season. Like, they'll make them something or find something that they like, and they'll go hide it so nobody else can have it. And I'm like, dude, It's not like you're buying those groceries. BB's buying those groceries. It's for everybody. I just always have had a problem with stingy people. If it's in my house, you can have it. I would not bring anything into someone else's house that they can't have. It's just the way I was raised. But they're evidently not raised that way, and they're young. So Indy hid the wine. And Daniel says, I don't know why she hid the wine. It's not like I drink white wine. He would have drank anything he could have got his hands on. He drank the 2 beers. And then Michael had some hard apple cider. He had, I think, a 8-pack or something like that. Maybe a 6-pack. Then Terrence corners Taylor, talking about how Daniel would be better in jury than Monty. Because he thinks that Monty's going to be a bitter juror and that Daniel will at least respect the game. The next conversation is between Alyssa and Taylor. Alyssa's trying to set up a showmance between Joseph and Taylor. And Alyssa's telling Taylor that she told Joseph that he needed to kiss her. And he said that he would kiss her if she would kiss Kyle. So they're trying to think of a way that they can all get together at the end of the night if everybody goes to bed. And Lord, Indy's head will explode. I'm telling you, if she ever sees Joseph close with Taylor, she's going to lose her mind. Because he can't even talk to her right now in a regular conversation that Indy doesn't get jealous. And there's nothing between Joseph and Indy. Nothing. So I don't get it. When Michael had his hard apple cider out, there was one left. And Indy asked Michael if she could have it. And he said, yeah, sure, I don't care. He said, I'm not going to drink it. You can have it. So she takes it and she hides it in the fridge. Or no, she's drinking her wine, and Joseph's come out, and he has one of the hard apple ciders in his hand. And Indy said, you didn't get that out of the icebox in the kitchen, did you? And he's like, no, Michael gave this to me. And he goes, she said, are you sure? And he said, yeah. So she goes in the house right away. Realizes that somebody has gotten the one can that she thought she hid in the refrigerator. So she goes into the bathroom. Half of the house is outside, half the house is inside in the bathroom. She goes in the bathroom and she starts interrogating everybody if they got this can of hard apple cider. And Turner starts walking out of the bathroom, but he's kind of walking backwards and he's looking and he's grinning the whole time. And he gets to the kitchen and he kind of bends down where the bathroom camera can still see him. He bends down and just grinning ear to ear. And he comes back in there, and India's interrogating everybody that's in there, saying, nobody outside moved. I know it had to be somebody in here. And Terrence said, nobody in here moved. And she said, yes, y'all moved. I saw y'all moving. And somebody said, name names. And she said, I saw Daniel and Alyssa. And he goes, yeah, playing in the living room. We weren't drinking. And Indy said, well, I just know it has to be somebody in this room because it wasn't anybody from outside. And Turner says, maybe it's the same person that ate the muffins. I didn't eat the muffins, but maybe it's that same person. Now, there was Jasmine, Terrence, Taylor, Kyle, Alyssa. They were all in the bathroom in Turner. She's like, I know it's got to be somebody in here, and I just find that disrespectful. That was Michael's. This isn't for me. That was Michael's, and that's disrespectful to the HOH. Number one, it wasn't for her, or was it for Michael? Michael told her she could have it, and she was hiding it for later. And somebody at one point hollers out, oh no, we've got Cidergate. And Muffingate, now they got Cidergate. Well, Indy leaves the room, and Terrence is pissed. Number one, you don't come at me accusing me of something I ain't done. She got me twisted. And he starts going off. And so Jasmine's like, I'll go talk to her. Just calm down, please. And he's like, I'm going to have to go to bed just so I can keep my mouth shut. She's like, no, just calm down. I'll go talk to her. So she goes out. And out there, I think it was Joseph and Kyle and Monty and Michael and maybe Brittany. I don't remember who all was outside. So she goes outside and she confronts Indy. And she said, you can't just come in a group of people like that and be accusing people. She's like, this is still Big Brother. We're still playing the game. You can't alienate yourself like that because that ain't right. You don't know how people are going to react to what you're saying. And Indy said, well, you said something about your muffin. And she said, yeah, but I was joking. She said, when you come at people aggressively, and you need to stop doing that. You need to think about it. You need to think about the fact that you're still playing Big Brother. And anybody can go home for any reason. So then she starts backtracking and starts apologizing to everybody. You know, it wasn't for me. It doesn't matter to me, but it was Michael's. I was just trying to be a friend of Michael. I didn't mean to come across harsh like that. I was playing with you guys and y'all took it the wrong way or, you know, whatever. Joseph and Taylor are laying on the hammock in the backyard. And they're coming up with names for them as if they were a couple. I think they said jailer, and there was another, I don't remember what it was, but they're talking about names if they were a couple. And Monty comes out there, and he's like, dude, Indy is going to lose her mind. And Joseph started laughing, and he said, is this something that y'all are really doing, or are y'all just pranking people, or you trying to start a rumor? What's going on? And they just said they were trying to start a rumor. I haven't heard anything yet of Indy catching wind of it. But I'm sure that when we do, it'll be explosive. All right, first thing this morning. Jasmine tells Indy and Alyssa that she knows that Michael's not going to vote out Monty. That he's going to take Monty off the block and replace them with Kyle and Daniel. That somebody told her that last night. And that it's just not going to happen. And then she talks about how Monty and Taylor are working together. She said, I got confirmation last night. I got proof they're working together. And then he said, what do you mean? He said, well, you know, when Taylor has too much to drink, she talks too much. Now, I don't know who she told what to, but, or if Jasmine's just fishing. But at this point, Jasmine's telling them it's not going to happen. Daniel's going home. Jasmine says she's over it and that if Michael is not going to do this and make this move, then she doesn't care. She's over it. There's nothing she can do about it. Indy says to Alyssa, at one point she said, when we're in the group, please try not to expose me. She said that Alyssa said something yesterday and she doesn't want her man at home to think anything. So evidently Alyssa made some kind of joke or remark about Indy and Monty getting together. And Indy's telling her, don't do that. You expose me. You make me look bad. My man at home is not going to like that. And I want to make sure he's home when I get home. Oh, Jasmine makes a beeline up to the HOH room to talk to Michael. This is how transparent she is. She walks in and she says, Michael, I've been thinking about it. And I know what my heart would do if this was me. And I don't want you to feel pressured into anything. I want you to do what's best for your game. And whatever that be, whether it be taking money down or leaving money up, I'll respect you. I'll be there for you. I'll protect you. I just want you to know that I'm not holding anything against you. And it's just game. And I understand your position, because if I'd given somebody my word, I'd have a hard time breaking it too. Then she makes a beeline downstairs, and Monty sees her grabbing Alyssa and pulling Alyssa off to talk to her, to tell her that it's not happening. These people, like, transparent as hell. Then she leaves, when she leaves the HOH room, she makes a beeline downstairs. Monty had literally just got out of bed and put his slippers on. Hadn't even left the room yet. Got out of bed, put his slippers on, getting ready to leave the room. And Jocelyn's like, come here, come here, come here. He's like, so he wobbles over there half asleep. And she's like, I just want you to know, I've been talking to Monty all week, and you have nothing to worry about. He's going to take you off the block. He doesn't want to see anything happen to you. I just want to let you know I've been working all week for you. Like, they really don't think that Michael and Monty are working together, because there's no way in hell that they're going to be this transparent to both of them, thinking that they won't get together and talk. So they've got to be thinking they're not working together. Jasmine tells Indy that she's got proof now that Monty's working with Taylor, and that she got confirmation of it. And she says, and that's all right, because I'd much rather work with Michael and Brittany than I had Monty and Joseph any day. And remember, they pitched it where Monty, Joseph, Alyssa, Jasmine, and Terrence would be in an alliance together. And they're just letting that play out. Alright, we have the power of veto ceremony. And as planned, it was used, and the boys came off the block, and Kyle and Daniel went on the block. And according to everybody in the house, there's a couple of people that I've heard talking about it, the speech was very good. Michael didn't know whether he should come off snarky or if he should come off rude, or he talked about using the same speech that Daniel used on Taylor, word for word. He talked about putting something in there about the old school, letting him know that he knew about the old school alliance. And then he talked about just playing it safe, because if something happens and somebody on the other side of the house wins this week, then he could be in jeopardy. So I'm curious to find out what that speech was, but everybody said that it was really, really good. So that's about all I have for you guys today. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, much love.